Now, millions of Kenyans poured into polling stations across the country on Monday in a crucial, anxiously awaited presidential election. Early reports say some violence erupted in the coastal region around Mombasa, recalling far greater bloodletting in the last national ballot 5 years ago. We have team coverage of the vote, beginning with VOA's East Africa correspondent Gabe Joselow. He joins us live by Skype from Nairobi. Welcome, Gabe.
Thank you, Vincent.
Yes. Now, what a big day it was in Kenya. Give us a sense of how the election has taken place in Nairobi and from what you're getting from around the country.
Well, the story of the day were these just massive lines that were forming outside of polling stations all over the country. Kenyans showed up, some of them the night before, others at 2 or 3 in the morning, to be in line before polls opened at 6 a.m. Here in Kenya. And the line stretched sometimes for 2 kilometers, but that just shows you the dedication a lot of Kenyans had to participating in this exercise. It really is an important thing for a lot of people here to get their chance to vote for president, as well as a lot of other elected positions that have been created by the new constitution. So while a lot of people may have been growing a little bit tired, standing in the hot sun for 2 or 3 hours, there was a lot of goodwill, a lot of a feeling of national pride and a sense that this was a responsibility and something that people were just really excited to be a part of.
Yes. Now, people anticipated a few problems, perhaps with the process itself. Did those problems manifest themselves in any of the polling stations?
Sure. There were a bunch of logistical problems. Some stations didn't open for an hour or 2 after they were supposed to. One of the major problems were with these electronic systems that maintain voter lists. Sometimes the computers that they had just weren't working. Sometimes there were power failures. And so these problems were, at least according to election observers, considered relatively minor. And the gist is that the election went as smoothly as it could despite a lot of these delays. And those did slow down the votes and did help to delay the voting and create these long lines. So there was some frustration over that, but the IEBC, the Electoral Commission here, says anybody who is standing in line at the time that voting positions were supposed to close at 5 would still get a chance to vote, and other places would stay open later.
Yes. Now, of course, there was the fear of violence. How did things go in Nairobi until the close of the polling stations?
In Nairobi, it was all peaceful. I mean, there was a lot of sort of frustration from people standing in line, but when you talk to them, you know, all of them want to avoid a repeat of any hint of the violence that really tore the country apart 5 years ago. So the first thing on everybody's mind is peace, and all the presidential candidates, as they voted, preached the same thing. And so there was really no problem with violence in Nairobi. Other parts of Kenya, there were some isolated incidents that did cause some problems in other parts of the country, including the Coast Province, Mandera, and Garissa.
Well, thank you very much, Gabe, for filling us in. And we'll be checking back with you a little later in the program, so just stay put.